I've cut out all the pieces that I need to build these, so I need 6 of them altogether. So now what I'm going to do is cut out the piece that goes right here, which is a 2-foot section, 2 feet wide, and then glue all these together and then put it onto the building over at Skyway Fertilizer. Alright, so that's what we're going to do next. So I finished all 6 of these braces for the walls. So the next step will be to get them mounted onto the wall of the building. So that's the next work or next project on the list, is to get these guys all placed onto the wall, and then we'll be moving on to the roof. And before we do the roof, we'll probably paint it concrete color, grayish I believe, and then we'll work on the roof. And for the roof, I'm going to have to take a look at the photographs more closely to see if it was shingle roof or if it was like a tar rolled on roof. So that's going to be the next project. Alright, I have the building over here. So we're going to have one brace there, 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 and on the corner. On the other side, I'm not putting any braces on because nobody's going to see it, so there's no real need to put it on. And then the roof, I'm thinking of using sandpaper and gluing that onto it and cutting it into strips like shingles, and then we'll glue that on and paint the rest, and then we'll see how that looks. Alright, so that's what I'll be doing next, is putting these guys over here. So it's going to look something like that. So let me just place it. So that's one there, another one on the edge. Will it stay? Okay. And this is just roughly placing it down, but anyway, so that's what it's going to look like after we glue it in. I might move this over a little bit more, something like that. Shimmy just a little bit. Yeah, something like that. Alright, so once we glue all this down, that's what it's going to look like, and then we'll give it a coat of paint, and that's going to be Skyway Fertilizer building number 1. Alright, so everybody, this is the building now, with the pillars are all glued on there. I placed it into its position, but I think on the back side I need to put one pillar, just one, to offset it, and then I got to paint it and then do the roof. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly kind of roof I'm putting on it yet, but I will be using sandpaper for the roof. I'll be cutting it to whatever it needs to be, strips or make them look like shingles. But yeah, this is what it looks like so far. I think it's turning out pretty good. A little bit of gray concrete paint, and then some shrubs around it. And I think we're going to have a pretty good looking building. What do you guys think? Alright. So I added another pillar to the back side here. You can see it by the garbage can. Okay, so that's added. And then all I need to do, like I said, is to paint it and do the roof. And then there's got to be another structure in between them. There's a small building that connects them, and some sort of elevator or something, I think, goes in there. And then we're gonna do the big building. Okay, so that's what that looks like. So I'm gonna try to show you the real photo of this building, and then I'm also gonna show you guys some pictures I took of the sand tower while it was still standing. Somebody was asking me about that they couldn't find any pictures. I went through my photos and I found some pictures that I took while the building was still standing, so I'll put that up as well, or try to put it up. Alright, so, and also, while we're on the subject of building, I'll show you something else. Voila! The paddle for Chatham Street is mounted. So Willie was over the other night and we got this mounted up. It's screwed in from the back side, so this is going to be the face of it. All I have to do is get another printout like that and then put it on, and then start cutting out the holes for the push buttons and the toggle switches and the LEDs. So that's what it's going to look like if it stays there. There we go. So that's the other project that's being worked on as well. Okay, so again, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, spread it, and we'll see you next time on the video, or the layout I should say. Oh yeah, and thank you for subscribing if you have already. We're getting close to my 1,000. I'm trying to get to 1,000 before this year is ending. So that's the goal. Try to get to 1,000 subscribers. Alright, so again, thank you for watching, and see you next time on the layout.